Can I ask you something personal? How many times did you, or someone you love, get up to pee last night? Once? Twice? More than 4 times? Be honest with yourself. Because if you're waking up tired every morning, if your dad's been falling asleep at the dinner table, or if your mom can't even make it through a church service without worrying about where the bathroom is, then something's not right. And no one's talking about it the way they should. Here's a fact that shocked even me. The way most seniors drink water is quietly destroying their sleep. Yep, drinking too much, too late, or even sipping the wrong kind of fluid can actually make your bladder act up like never before. I'm not saying stop drinking water. That's not the point. I'm saying that how you hydrate could be the real reason your nights are broken, your mornings are groggy, and your body is exhausted. It's not just aging, and it's not something you have to just accept. But if you ignore this, if you assume it's normal just because you turned 65, you might be gambling with more than just a little lost sleep. That's the part that hurts the most. Most people don't know this is fixable. But today, you will. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 5 of the most common mistakes people over 60 make with their water intake. Mistakes that doctors see every single day, but families almost never notice. And the best part? Fixing even one of them could completely change your nights, and maybe even save you from depending on adult diapers, embarrassing accidents, or worse. And hey, let me ask you this too. If a video like this could help you sleep better tonight, wouldn't you want to find your way back to it tomorrow? Then hit subscribe to Elderly Spring right now. Because I promise you're going to forget the title by bedtime, but your bladder won't forget the pain. Or don't subscribe. But if you wake up at 3 a.m. again tonight, staring at the ceiling, too tired to cry, too proud to ask for help, come back here. Drop a comment and let us know why you didn't subscribe. Because maybe someone else needs to read your regret before it becomes their reality. So, are you ready to learn how to drink water the right way? Let's get into it. Oh, and type better sleep in the comments if you're watching this for yourself or for someone you love. Let's take our nights back together. Mistake number 1, drinking all your water in the evening. Let's talk about Tom. He's 71, retired, loves crossword puzzles, walks in the park, and making the world's fluffiest pancakes. But here's the thing. Tom also believed that chugging a big glass of water right before bed was helping him. He told himself, "I'm staying hydrated, that's good." But every night, he'd wake up. Once at midnight, then at 1:43, again at 3:10. By sunrise, Tom had gotten more steps in than sleep. And the next day, he was slow, forgetful, irritated. What Tom didn't know was that this innocent habit, drinking late at night, was tricking his bladder into going into overdrive. See, as we get older, the bladder loses some of its ability to stretch and hold urine comfortably. The kidneys too, they slow down a bit. So when you drink a lot of water close to bedtime, the body doesn't get time to distribute it evenly. It goes straight to the bladder. And guess what? That bladder, already sensitive, is going to scream for release at the smallest trigger. Now here's where most people go wrong. They assume nighttime drinking prevents dehydration. But in most cases, you don't need that much fluid right before bed, unless you've exercised intensely or it's been extremely hot. So what should you do instead? Shift your water intake earlier. Drink more between 7 a.m. and 3 p.m., when your kidneys are most efficient. And then, taper off. Cut fluids at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. You're not depriving yourself. You're simply giving your body time to do its job while you rest. And trust me, your bladder will thank you. But drinking late isn't the only trap. Let's talk about how you drink during the day. Mistake number 2, sipping all day without tracking intake. Now meet Maria. She's 68.
wears reading glasses on a chain, has a rescue cat named Pickles, and she's proud of herself because she carries her water bottle everywhere. A pink one, stainless steel, always filled. Every few minutes, Maria takes a sip. At the grocery store, at church, even during TV commercials. But she kept asking, why am I still going to the bathroom so much? Why do I feel bloated but thirsty? Here's the truth. Constant sipping without tracking how much you're actually consuming can mess with your bladder. Your body gets used to that little trickle of fluid, and instead of holding it, your bladder starts emptying prematurely, even if it's only half full. It becomes a habit loop, a reflex, and soon you're urinating not because your body needs to, but because it thinks it should. Most hydration advice is built for athletes or young people. Sip all day. But for seniors, that strategy backfires. So what can you do? Break your hydration into structured sessions. Drink a full glass of water with breakfast, another mid-morning, one with lunch, one mid-afternoon, and then slow down.
Make it intentional, not compulsive. Because when you take control of the habit, you take pressure off your bladder. Now, that's how you hydrate. But next, let's talk about what you're drinking. Let's look at Joseph, a soft-spoken man in his 70s, loves chess and classical music. Every night, he made a lovely cup of tea, sat by the window, watched the stars. It was peaceful. Until he started waking up with an urgency that felt impossible to ignore. His doctor took one look at the tea bag he was using and said, "Joseph, this has caffeine." Caffeine is a diuretic. It tells your kidneys to get rid of water faster. And it irritates the bladder lining, making you feel like you need to go even when you don't. But wait, Joseph switched to decaf. Still had issues. Why? Because many herbal teas, especially ones with hibiscus, green tea, dandelion, or licorice, also stimulate the kidneys. Same goes for evening wine or that small glass of bourbon. These drinks may feel comforting, but they confuse the bladder. They make it twitchy, restless. So what's the safer swap? Try warm lemon water, or chamomile tea with 0 caffeine, or even just plain water with a splash of natural fruit juice. But make it earlier in the evening, because what calms the mind shouldn't wake up the bladder. But there's more. You might be doing everything else right, timing, sipping, drink choices, and still end up peeing all night. Why? Because your body might not be holding on to the water in the first place. Now let me tell you about Helen, a sweet 75-year-old woman with a walker and a laugh that could brighten any room. She'd heard about hydration and took it seriously. She drank nearly 10 glasses of water a day, but still felt weak, dizzy, still peed 4 or 5 times each night. Her doctor took some tests, and the issue wasn't her water. It was her electrolytes. See, your body needs minerals, sodium, potassium, magnesium, to absorb and retain water. Without them, that water runs right through you. Like pouring it over a dry sponge, it slips out. The result? Dehydration and overactive urination. The kicker? Helen had cut salt almost entirely, trying to lower her blood pressure. But in doing so, she threw her hydration off balance. So what's the fix? A pinch of natural sea salt in your morning glass of water. Some potassium-rich foods like bananas or avocados. Low-sugar coconut water in the afternoon. No need for expensive sports drinks or supplements, just smarter balance. Because when your cells are nourished, your bladder doesn't have to work overtime. And that leads us to the 5th and probably most critical mistake of all. Let's not forget Robert. He's 67, widower, war veteran, proud man, but he'd been getting up 5, 6 times a night for months.
chalked it up to age, said, "It is what it is." Until a routine visit turned serious. His doctor found early signs of BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. In simple terms, an enlarged prostate. It was blocking the flow of urine and sending false full signals to the brain. And the scary part? It's incredibly common in older men. In women, it might be weak pelvic muscles or overactive bladder. But hydration habits can hide these warning signs, mask the real cause. That's why it's critical to listen to your body. If the frequent urination continues after fixing your fluid routine, get checked. Don't wait. Don't suffer in silence, because you might be treating the symptom and ignoring the root. Now, fixing these 5 habits can make a big difference. But before we move forward, let's pause here. Because this hasn't just been a list of facts for you. This is personal. Maybe you're the one waking up every night, dragging yourself to the bathroom half asleep, clutching walls for balance. Or maybe it's your husband, the man who once worked 10-hour shifts without blinking, now struggling to sleep 3 hours without interruption. Maybe it's your mom, who used to sing while she cooked, now snapping at you because she's exhausted and embarrassed. If you've ever tiptoed past someone's room in the night and heard the floor creak as they got up again, or if you've had to wash the same bed sheets 2-3 times a week and pretend like it's no big deal just to spare their pride, then you know, this isn't just about peeing at night. It's about dignity. It's about peace. It's about freedom. Sleep is sacred, especially when we've lived long enough to need it. And when something as simple as water is stealing it away, that's not just frustrating, it's heartbreaking. But here's the beautiful truth no one ever told you. You're not powerless here. This isn't something you just have to live with. This is something you can change. Think about it. What if drinking differently, earlier, smarter, could give you 3 straight hours of sleep again? Or help your dad wake up dry for the first time in months? What if it meant your spouse could travel again without scanning every place for the nearest restroom? This isn't just about fixing a bladder. It's about restoring something bigger: confidence, independence, self-worth. You see, by making small shifts in hydration, by adjusting when, how, and what you drink, you're not just avoiding late-night trips. You're taking your life back. You're reclaiming control. And let me say this as clearly as I can. It's not too late. Whether you're 60 or 86, whether this started a month ago or 5 years ago, you can still improve. You can still rest easier. You can still feel proud of your body again. So here's what I want you to do. Choose just one of the 5 changes we've talked about. Just one. Try it. Today. Do it for 3 days. See what happens. Write it down. Track it. Pay attention to your body. Because when you take the first step, your body notices. It listens. It adjusts.
And sometimes just one small step is all it takes to open the door to real relief. You deserve that. Your loved ones deserve to see you rested. And you deserve to live your days full and your nights undisturbed. Don't let shame or routine keep you trapped in sleeplessness. The freedom you've been missing might just be hiding in your water glass. And if nobody's told you this yet today, you are not alone. You are not a burden, and your comfort matters. It starts with knowledge, it starts with action, and it starts today. Let's take a breath and quickly walk back through what we uncovered today. You learned that drinking water too late at night can overwhelm the bladder while it's supposed to be resting. That sipping all day long without structure, though well-intentioned, can trick your bladder into misfiring. that not all fluids are created equal, and some, like tea or alcohol, might be quietly undoing your progress. That even with all the water in the world, if you're not getting enough sodium, potassium, or magnesium, your body can't hold on to hydration properly. And that, perhaps most importantly, ignoring signs from your body, like constant urges, interrupted sleep, or sudden fatigue, might mean you're missing something deeper, something that needs care. These 5 habits may not seem dramatic, but they can quietly rob you or someone you love of dignity, rest, and peace. And it doesn't have to be that way. So now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these surprised you the most? Have you tried adjusting your water intake before? Did it help? Or are you just now realizing what might have been going on all this time? Scroll down to the comments, type it out. I read every single one. Not just because I care, but because when you share, someone else learns, someone else feels seen, and maybe they make a change too. And hey, if today's video opened your eyes, even just a little, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Elderly Spring, because this is where we talk about the things that really matter. We're building a community of older adults, caregivers, sons, daughters, and even neighbors who want to age smarter, with more peace and fewer pills. You being here matters. But if you leave without subscribing, I want you to ask yourself, why? And if you've got a reason, drop it in the comments. Say, here's why I didn't subscribe. And maybe someone else will relate. Or maybe you'll come back next week and realize you're ready now. Because your health, it's not fading, it's waking up. It's asking to be cared for in a different way, a better way. So again, thank you for watching, for listening, for choosing to learn. And whether you're doing this for yourself, your partner, your mom, or your granddad, know this: you're not too late, you're not too old, and you're not alone. A good night's sleep doesn't start with a pill. It starts with what and when you drink. See you in the next one.